So I'm seeing in the community that people are having this stress over tanking and this anxiety of wanting to be a good tank. So I thought I'd make this video to help you out, help you become a better tank, because let's be real, it's not like I've never had my whole party wiped because I forgot to put on my tank stance. But hey, failures make lessons. What's up, good people? It's your Final Fantasy homie Jay, and we're gonna start right off with the very first tip. Learn to offset your damage mitigations. I've ran dungeons with people, I've ran trials with people, and I've noticed that sometimes tanks, they get into this panic mode and they instantly slap all their damage mitigations at one time, which can work sometimes. But in the long sense, what you really want to do is offset it. You want to activate one, kind of let that get down to about 10 seconds, activate the second one, and then, you know, kind of rotate it through so you have this constant, consistent damage mitigation throughout the entire fight, throughout the entire mob, throughout the entire dungeon, instead of slapping everything down at one time. And then you got this 20-second limbo where you don't have any damage mitigations, and now your healer is having to work extra. They're over there busting a sweat. Your DPS is getting hit by everything on the floor, so now your healer's trying to heal them, they're trying to heal you. You're getting stressed because the healer's letting you get down to like 2% life, and everything becomes stressful. So to save yourself some time, offset your damage mitigation, activate a little bit at a time, and that way when your rotations come back around, you always have a way to not take damage as much. This second tip is very, very important because I feel like we were trained the wrong way as tanks. Provoke and shield lob or any kind of range throw ability should not be your opener in collecting aggro. Provoke should actually only be used in emergency cases. Say that you grab a mob, you happen to miss one, provoke it. Don't start off a pull with provoke. Provoke actually doesn't give you that much, I think it's called enmity. You know what? I can't say it. That much aggro. It doesn't give you that much aggro. So if you provoke something and then your DPS slaps it, you're automatically going to lose it. So hold on to provoke, hold on to your shield lobs until the important times where you already are in this massive group. You happen to miss one, maybe two, and you need to grab it real quick. Do not use those as your opener. That will save you a headache of trying to deal with aggro and trying to figure out how it works. So just don't use it. Use your regular moves, use your AOE rotations. Use that. Don't use provoke. Don't get in a habit of use provoke to start off your combos. This third one is something that I live by as a tank, and I've played a lot of the tanks. Actually, I've almost played them all, but I'm actually just deciding to level up Paladin to 80 first. But when in doubt, AOE it out. Like AOE. Like when you're not for sure if you grab that mob, AOE. If there's one minion or is there one monster, but you can't tell if you got it, AOE. When you feel like the healer might be getting attacked, AOE. AOE is gonna be your best friend as a tank. There's nothing bad about doing AOEs. You want to consistently do your AOE rotation as long as it's 3 or more mobs. Now that's for any class, for as DPS, as healer, as tank, and whatever other class that I can't think of that might be in there. We're not talking about the limited ones. We're just talking about the dungeon ones. Blue mage, this ain't for you, baby. Oh, but you want to make sure that you're using your AOE rotation. When there's 3 or more mobs, AOE it out. As a tank, when you aren't sure if you grabbed everything, just use your AOE. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt anybody. It's actually gonna help your team. It's gonna make sure that you keep aggro. And the goal as a tank is make sure that your face is getting punched enough that your other team, that the rest of the team can wipe them out before you die, or the healer decides to heal you, which sometimes they forget, and it happens. They self-heal themselves, and you know what? I'm going off a tangent. Let's not talk about my mistakes as the healer. This next tip is very important when you run trials or when you're doing those big fights. Turn the boss away. You know, turn the boss away from the party. 9 times out of 10 is going to be helpful. Now, I've seen tanks who have just, you know, you fight the boss, everybody's in front of the boss, and then the boss does this tank buster that wipes out your entire party. There's some stress if you turn the boss away and they do AOE moves that involve whatever direction they're looking at. So as a tank, always just turn the boss away from the party. You don't have to move too much as a tank. You just move a little bit to dodge what you need. Let the boss stare at you. Y'all having a one-on-one date while the rest of the team is backseat driving, trying to harass them from behind. Let's not use that example anymore. But you get the point. Turn the boss away from the party. It will save you and your party a headache, and it'll actually help you control what's happening on the field for most part. So turn the bosses away. Just turn away. Turn it back. Let the team look at their butt cheeks. It's good. This last tip is gonna go hand in hand. I feel like this also can relate to life, is to trust your healer. Like, even though you're taking damage as a tank, that's your job, to take damage. But trust that your healer is there to make sure you don't die, and trust them until they prove otherwise. But also trust in yourself. Go into a dungeon and know that you're going to do the best you can. And if you make a mistake, it's a learning opportunity. I've made mistakes as DPS. I've made mistakes as healers. I made mistakes as tank. I make mistakes all the time, but I wouldn't know how to fix my issues if I didn't make a mistake. So understand that you are going to make mistakes. It's a game. It's going to happen. And when it does happen, 9 times out of 10, the party doesn't give you a hard time about it. The beautiful thing about the Final Fantasy community is majority of us are real chill about most things. Shoot, I get excited when we wipe on some of them old trials because it just feels fun to have to like actually look at the mechanics a little bit more than I did. But give yourself some grace. Understand that tanking is just a part of the process. Everybody goes through it at some point. And then once you understand that, tanking is going to become so much more fun, so much more chill. Because at the end of the day, you're the slapstick. You go in there, you get everybody's attention. They make fun of you and beat you up while your friends, which is the party, help take care of the bullies. That's really what the tank job is. And be cool with that, because in the end, you're going to be a better player. Watch, I believe it. You'll see. If you've had some experience tanking, leave a comment below and share your tips on how to improve as tanks or get over the anxiety for people who may be watching this video and trying to get that extra oomph, because I can't remember every tip. So leave a comment below and help out the fellow communities, because that's the only way we're going to grow, is to help each other out. And nothing better than having a nice tank who know what they're doing for the most part, because I mess up quite a bit. As always, if this video has helped you, give it a like. That way other people can see it. And think about subscribing. We post Final Fantasy content here every week, so I got you covered on that. And if you want to hang out with me on a more personal level, my Twitch link is in the description below. Come hang out with me, chit chat with me. I am a talker, so we can talk all day and night about whatever you're feeling and have a good time. And as always, be the warrior's light in real life as you are in the video game, and help people become a better version of themselves. And remember, happy questing. See you in the next video. Later.